Welcome back, guys, for the second video of the series with Fernando from Puerto Rico. Hello.
How are you? How are you, Silvia? Nice to see you again.
Doing great.
You look beautiful, by the way. You
Oh,
look very nice.
Thank you very much. Very kind.
Not as good as me, but nobody's perfect.
I know. I don't even want to be as. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
So today we're back for the second video on the major arcana. We've done already the star and the word from the previous video if you guys want to check it out. And today
we're using the same clothes from the last video.
Yeah, I did. I just put it on.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you're lucky you don't have to make the same makeup.
That's true. That's one of the perks of being a man. But you don't have to go to war and die, so that's where you win.
Yeah, see, you're just about to leave. Yeah. So, guys, we are clubs people, so we love this doing chattering. But let's get into business with the moon and the sun.
Yes, and the moon and the sun is basically the number ones. You know, it's the beginning. And with the sun and the moon, we get the idea of the first step in this journey of the numbers that we're going to reach until we get to number 10. And number ones are beginnings, our births, and our potential. And once again, we have a feminine side and we have a male side. The feminine side being obviously the moon, and the male side being obviously the sun. So you have beginnings, birth, and potential from a male perspective in the sun, and beginnings, birth, and potentials from a feminine perspective from the moon. Who made those cards? They're beautiful. Wow.
Oh, come on, stop it. You made it.
No, I'm paying a guy for him to make them. I haven't made them.
Yeah, the drawing represent the two the difference between the two archetypes, where the male is standing and is almost carrying the sun, so he's doing an action, where the feminine, the moon, she's laying down. She has to be receptive. She doesn't move. She move meaning she doesn't take action. Things happen to her. It's not something that she makes it happen. The sun makes things happen. The moon is just receptive and has this ability in being receptive to the all-knowing that we have seen through the masculine and feminine video that we already made. If you haven't seen it, guys, check it out. Yeah, so when the moon comes up in a reading, it's telling us there's something new that is happening inside. Okay? Right, Fernando?
Yeah, because
am I correct?
Yes, I think you are. Because the feminine perspective is about beginnings, birth, and potential from an inner perspective, from a psychological perspective, about caring, about being sensitive. And as you've mentioned, the moon is all-knowing. The feminine knows everything. That's why it's like it is. While the male perspective, the sun, is more intelligent. And in the sun, you have beginnings and potentials and births related to competitive initiatives, having hunger for life, for doing things, and the intelligence of just fixing things, of making things better, and so on and so forth.
Yes. So with the two, it's rather easy if we want. It's the start of a new either endeavor in the world. So for the sun, and it's the start of an inner journey. So a feeling, maybe you meet somebody and it causes you to go within and find in yourself some feeling, new feeling that wasn't present before. The discrimination is that something that is happening, it wasn't there before. It's a new thing coming to your life.
Yes. And if the moon comes up, that new thing has to do with feelings, has to do with emotion, has to do with perceptions, with moods, While if the sun come up, it's a beginning that has to do with you going out to the world, with doing things, with accomplishing things, with fixing things. But once again, this is the beginning. This is just the birth. This is just a potential. This is just a little seed in the ground, a little flower in the tree. It's just a little leaf. It's just the dry floor. This is just the beginning.
We don't know yet how it's gonna go, but
exactly.
we know that there is a chance for God knows
something. Exactly. Just like this series, God knows what's gonna happen after this video.
Suspense. We don't have verse 76.
Suspenso.
How would I say that in English?
Suspense?
Well, we say suspense. We grab that from English. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't have it.
Do you have
a Spanish word for this one?
Suspenso.
Suspenso. We don't have suspenso. We have
you don't have suspenso.
Which is not English, it's French. Sorry.
Yeah, it's French. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Suspense.
We borrow this from France.
Wow, that's crazy. Then we borrow it from French then. And also, Silvia, it's very important to remember that these two major arcana, the sun and the moon, are the number one. And at the same time, they represent the first planet in the Navagraha scheme, which is a term from Vedic astrology, which means the scheme of the 9 planets. And the sun and the moon are represented by the sun, which has to do with our inspiration, with consistency, with our spirit, with the Atma, which is the big ocean from whence we came.
Yes. So we see that both cards are going to reflect that principle and that archetype, even the feminine one.
Yes, definitely. Although it's the moon, but it represents that beginning because, as you know, the sun is the king in the planetary cabinet.
Yes.
He orders everyone around, and at the same time, this is the beginning from which everything comes, like the beginning of these major arcana, like the beginning, the potential, the birth of the number one. So, the king says something and that thing happens. I'm thinking about Game of Thrones, how the kings, order around everybody and kill people just by saying it and all that. So this is the idea of the number one here.
Excellent. So I thank you for being on my channel. It's always a pleasure. And we keep track with the other cards. Next video with the number 2.
Yes, ma'am, with the number 2.
The 2 people sit on a throne.
Exactly, the emperor and the empress.
We will see how that goes. Take
care.
I'll see you. Ciao, ciao, Fernando.